All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever COVID volleyball game here at Lincoln Christian University. We're in for a good one as the Harris-Stowe State University Hornets are in town to take on your Lincoln Christian University Red Lions. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Good evening. My name is Jared Glassford. I'll be on the call with you guys for the evening. We got a great, exciting matchup. First, we're going to highlight a few things with the Harris-Stowe University, Harris-Stowe University Hornets. And in her third year as head coach, we have Brittany Stewart. Prior to that, she was an assistant coach at Kentucky State University for 1 year. They graduated quite a few. They lost two of their middles in Sadie Mosley and Tiffany Hopkins, and they also lost their outside hitter Nia Jenkins. But they have a couple of highlights for the year: junior libero, Juniana Worthy, and also a couple freshmen coming into play, trying to bounce back from that 1-22 season from 1 year ago. And when asked what the keys for the victory tonight, she says, I know both teams have a lot to bring to the table, but I'm definitely looking forward to coming out to the top of this match. I believe we have what it takes to win now. The keys to success for this game are keeping the girls together, communicating, and play their game. And for your LCU Red Lions, coming off a 10-20 season, and they're coached by none other than Mr. Joey McCauley. And Joey McCauley spent the last 2 seasons as an assistant coach here at LCU, but entered in the first year as the head coach. And they lost quite a bit of depth on the roster. Malia Blackmore, a 4-year starter. We have Riley Drake, who led the team in kills. We have Sydney Condon, a top 10 NAI in aces, as well as Bailey Jones, a high-energy, versatile hitter. But we got some good returners and a couple of good freshmen set up by Jordan Price. Going to be a good group. And when asked when it's going to be the keys for the game, he said, play LCU volleyball consistently, energized and being engaged, keep deep balls in play, and utilize the whole offensive attack. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go through our starting lineups, and then we'll be back here for more exciting volleyball action here on the Red Lion Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about underway with our first volleyball action of the year here on the Red Lion Network. If you'd like to interact with us, go ahead and tweet at us with the hashtag #GoRedLions. Once again, that's hashtag #GoRedLions. We'll get connected with you guys along the evening. We'll give you guys some shout-outs. Let us know where you're watching. Send us some pictures of your setups and different things like that. Once again, that's hashtag #GoRedLions. All right, your Red Lions will have the first serve of the 2020 season. Jordan Price has it. She sends it over, and it is able to be returned by the Hornets. Good 3 and out, but it's a point. Got the double hit by the Hornets, and your Lady Red Lions will strike first to take a 1-0 lead. Jordan Price goes up. Good serve that time. Able to be returned. You have our first return of the 2020 season. Good spike, and that's a score by Tracy Bologna. Tracy Bologna, the freshman from Havana, Illinois, from Havana High School. Going to be a great addition. One of the key players that Coach McCauley had on his players to look out for this season. And Jordan Price now with the serve. It is able to be returned. Good bump set spike as they're able to get knocked down. Good access denied, and point goes to the Red Lions. They are up 3-0. And Stevens had a good bump as was all set up by a great return in the back by McCatchery, but unable to put it over that time. Good set, and that's going to go in the net by Dejanay Floyd. Make it 4-0 in favor of your Lady Red Lions. Price now sends it over, able to be returned that time by Worthy. Worthy pops it up. Good return that time. Good dig by Horton. They send it down. That's a block, and that's going out of bounds. Red Lions will score that one to make it 5-0. In an excellent block that time by Sam Hazard, able to get her arms up. Excuse me. We're going to call a timeout for the first time is going to be taken by the Lady Hornets. That'll be at 1:15. We're going to take just a short break ourselves. You're watching volleyball on the Red Lion Network. All right, welcome back. Just a quick shout-out for people that are watching with the hashtag #GoRedLions. We have Tyler Basso has the MacBook set out on top of the lawn chair in front of the warehouse. He's the first one so far, tweeted 1 minute ago. Thank you, Tyler. Once again, hashtag #GoRedLions. Tweet us your setup so we can get you shouted out. Feel a part of this community, as that's not going to be able to return. Kiana Stevens unable to get a hold on it. Goes out of bounds, make that 6-0 in favor of the Red Lions, and Jordan Price is still on a tear. Price, the transfer from Webster University, and she spikes that one right into the net. Right as I say that, got to love the good old announcer's curse. As they're going to make a quick sub. Right there, number 14, Dasani Hunt. Going to check in, as well as number 6, Ariel Stroud. All right. The serve is up that time. It'll be returned. Good pop-up that time of the Red Line. Sets it up. It scrambled. Good return that time by the Hornets after a broken set, and excellent trickery that time to get it over by Phoebe Olden, and the Red Lions will tack on another to make it 7-1, and they're going to have a sub. Alicia Smith going to check in. the freshman from Bloomington, Illinois, at a Cornerstone Christian Academy. Here we go. Phoebe Olden goes up. That's able to be returned. Good set that time. Able to get that over. And double hit that time by your Lady Red Lions. It's going to be a point to the Lady Hornets. Checking back into the game for the Hornets, Kiana Toombs by the libero switch. Ball's up. Hazard going to get a hand on it, but that's rejected and sent back down. And Harris-Stowe takes it, make it 7-3. If you're unfamiliar with the NAI version of college volleyball, playing best 3 out of 5. Got to be the first one to get to 25 points, win by 2. And that's going to go way out of bounds over the line. Point for your Red Lions, make it 8-3. And Lee Cleggett going to check in also for the Red Lions. So here we go. 8 serving 3. Good set over. And just able to get that over with. Good spike down that time. Broken possession. Price gets it up to Cleggett. Good send over that time. Very long volley. The first long one we've had all game. It's set up, but in the air is smacked down by the Red Lions. Make it now 10-3. And I do believe I misspoke. It is 9-3. My bad. Hey, announcers make mistakes. I'm a little rusty. Good send over. Good effort that time by Toombs, but just unable to track that down. Now it is 10-3 in favor of LCU. Hazard now set to serve. Senior from Atlanta, Illinois, from Cornerstone Christian Academy. So I got 2 of them on this Lady Red Lion team. Good bump up, good send over, and that's going to be just in bounds. Impressive send that time by the libero Junior Worthy. Impressive send that time to put her team back into the match, 10-4. Mallory Wooten, the freshman from East St. Louis, Illinois, going to have the serve for the Hornets, and she throws it right in the net. Point for LCU. And this LCU roster, as I mentioned in the pregame, very, very new. We only have 2 returners. That's Sam Hazard and Karis Horton, number 18, and number 3 for your Red Lions. Is Horton going to heave that one, but not enough mustard on that time. And that's going to go out of bounds. As it looks like Michaela Fultz, the freshman from Mattoon, Illinois, is going to check in for the first time of the season. Only 2 returners, as I mentioned, so new coach, a lot of new talent on this year. But Joey, Coach McCauley, had nothing but great things to say about this team, so we're in for a good year here at LCU. As that set's going to go out of bounds in the opposite direction to make it a 5-point game, 11-6 in favor of Harris-Stowe State. On the serve now is Stroud. Stroud's going to send that over, able to be bumped up by Fultz. Fultz, Price gets it, and she knocks it down, and that is hit out of bounds. Red Lions score again, 12-6. We're going to have another sub as number 8, Derica McClatchery, going to check back in, the starter, as well as Franny Knoll, Francis Knoll, whatever you want to call it, from Hebron, Indiana, from Lowell High School. Excellent serve, excellent set, and that just off the fingertips of Fultz that time, and that goes out of bounds. Give the point to the Hornets. Here we go, the libero Worthy sends it over. Hit up that time by Fultz to Cleggett. Smacked down that time, but able to be returned, and that's a broken play, and it goes into the net. give the point to your Red Lions. Definitely a broken play, but able to still be returned. Great awareness that time by Olden to smack that down as Hazard checks back in. Karis Horton on the serve. She sends it over. Good trickery that time, but a broken play ends up being a good thing for the Red Lions. They get it over. Olden, good spike that time, and that's not going to be returned. Point for your Red Lions. 14-7 is the score right now. Karis Horton, the junior from Albion, Illinois, and that's going to be a timeout taken by Coach McCauley, your Red Lions. We'll be right back here in a second. Go ahead and give us a tweet, hashtag #GoRedLions for your setup. You're watching volleyball here on the Red Line Network. And welcome back. Brief water break for your announcer. Alexis Brown tweets hashtag #GoRedLions. Alexis, thank you for tuning in here on the Red Lion Network. Once again, want to see your guys' setups. Go ahead and give us a tweet, hashtag #GoRedLions. Pictures of you guys watching it, whether that's at home or whether you're just hanging out outside of the beautiful Laughlin Center here at Lincoln Christian University. Once again, that's hashtag #GoRedLions. Here we go. The serve is to LCU. Horton able to get that one. Good setup just over the net. Having a battle at the net, and that's going to be won that time by the Hornets, but LCU has another chance to attack. Excellent hit up. Goes into the net. Kind of a broken play, but we're having ourselves a good old volley right now. Good setup that time by Hazard, and that's not going to be returned. Give the point to LCU. A little bit of sloppy volleyball played on both ends right there, but hey, a point is a point. LCU goes up 15-7. Horton with the serve. Able to return that time as Wooten pops it up that time to Brooks, and Brooks not able to get a good hold on it. 16-7 in favor of LCU. Serve is up that time. Good dive on the floor. And access denied by Hazard, and give the point to LCU. And right now, LCU doing a great job at one of the keys Coach McCauley said before the game, which is defense keeps balls in play. And they're doing one heck of a job right now. They're also utilizing their whole offensive attack, scoring in a lot of different ways. And they find themselves with a make that 17-8 lead. As Horton not able to get that serve over the net, as now the Hornets are going to pull the old double switcheroo. A little bit of a different thing now. You have to sanitize as you walk off of the floor. A NAIA rule here for college volleyball. As access denied, good block that time by Kiana Stevens. And Stevens stands in at 6'1", and she used every inch of that to block that shot. Great block by the Hornets. Olden kicks it over. Fultz able to return that. Good bump up that time. Got a spike that time, and that's going to be inbounds. Just hit the line. They make it 17-10 now. Service up. Olden to Hazard. She slams it down. That's going to be And they say they reached over. Give the point to the Red Lions as Tracy Bologna is going to check back in. I asked her how to pronounce her last name beforehand, and she said it rhymes with lasagna. So if you ever see her out on campus, just know it is Bologna. As Price on the serve, and that's going to be outside of the pole. And a point given to your Red Lions, make it now 19-10. And LCU creeping towards that lucky number 25 point mark to take one game in the set. As Price not able to get a hold of it, and Gordon can't tackle it down. Excellent play that time by Harris-Stowe. And once again, the old double switcheroo going to be taking place as Ariel Stroud and Dasani Hunt check in. And Dasani Hunt immediately goes back to serve, and she's able to get that over the neck. Beautiful serve that time. Price has the back row hit. And that's going to be to Sutton. Good play that time. Good trickery, but the Hornets not fooled there. Price over to Hazard. Just gets it over the fingertips. Broken play that time, but able to be returned, and it is returned out of bounds. Give the point to the Red Lions, 20-11. Once again, Alicia Smith, number 29, going to check in for LCU. Olden, good serve that time. Olden, good that time to Bologna. That's access denied by the Hornets. Horton going to have to heave it over on the third hit, and the Hornets will set up shop. Good spike, and that's going to be in bounds. Give it to the Hortons. Here we go now, Harris-Stowe on the serve. A lofty serve, but able to be returned, and that's going to be out of bounds. That time by Phoebe Olden. Making now 20-13. Hit over, and that's going to be in bounds now, 20-14. And a couple of defensive mistakes in a row, costing some valuable real estate for your Red Lions. In volleyball, one of those dangerous sports where you can't make up ground in the first game, you could carry over into the second game. Going to be interesting to see. Horton able to get that over. The set up, and that is out of bounds. And they're trying to say, right now the Hornet bench thought it was tipped, but the point's not going to be awarded. I don't believe, and yes, it is not going to be awarded. Make that 21-15. Hazard goes up with it. Way to get down and be able to return that. And as Olden going to set up for Cleggett. Cleggett kicks it into the back row. We got ourselves a good volley on this one right now, and just off the fingertips, that lands in bounds. Good, excellent hit that time by Dasani Hunt. Dasani Hunt, the sophomore, the 5'9" sophomore out of Norman, Oklahoma. Norman, Oklahoma, home of the Sooners, Oklahoma University. The serve is up. Cleggett takes a high in the air, over the net, and a broken play that time by Toombs, and it goes to the deck. Make it 22-15. As Horton going to check back in. Good setup that time by the Hornets. As Horton going to lob it up. That time to Smith. And Smith finds the floor. Give it to the Red Lions, 23-15 now. And LCU just 2 points away from the promised land here in game number 1 of the match. Blognia with the serve up in the air and returned. Good spike, and that is out of bounds. Set point. Now for your Red Lions. And we got a timeout taken by Harris-Stowe State, which means we're going to take just a brief break ourselves. You're watching LCU Volleyball here on the Red Line Network. And welcome back. We got one more tweet coming at you. Evan Noggle coming at you from the disc golf course, playing the world's greatest game in disc golf. I got a good old picture of everyone out there. Disc golf is one of my all-time favorites. So thank you, Evan. Once again, tweet at us at #GoRedLines. We'll get you on the stream. Good point that time. And set number one goes to LCU by way of 10 points, 25-15. We're going to take just another short break, and we're going to be back in just a second here with set number two at the Laughlin Center here on the Red Line Network. All right, welcome back for set number 2. Once again, you got to get 3 out of 5. So right now, I mean, to say the obvious, Harris-Stowe State as they're back against the wall, down 1-0. Also, just got a text. Got to shout out my boy Jake James Carter, watching alongside Tyler Basso. And those are my guys, my homies. Got to give them a shout out. It's kind of sad not seeing them in the front row, and because I'm sure that's where they'd be in cut-off flannel shirts. Kind of sad to see that, but hey, as long as we follow along with these guidelines and everyone does what they need to do, hopefully we can be back in person soon. Because we miss you guys, we miss you fans. Keep tweeting at us at #GoRedLions. Thanks for watching, the 3 people who have tweeted out. As it is now 1-1, a tie ball game. With Dasani Hunt set to serve for the Hornets. She sends that over, able to be returned. Horton, good setup that time. Hazard sends it over. And right now, State will set up shop, and that's going to be a good old palm ball, and that's going to be a point for the Red Lions. And we got a substitution this time for Alicia Smith. The 5'5" freshman checking back in, set to serve right now, Phoebe Olden. Olden, the 5'10" freshman out of Groveland, Illinois, out of way of Morton High School. And that is going to be out of bounds. Did not get the corner. And that's going to be a point to Harris-Stowe. Also got to give a little bit of a shout-out to Dalton Byrne watching. Thank you, Dalton, for your contribution to the LCU community and by way of the stream. And that's going to be a double hit right now, 3-2 in favor of Harris-Stowe. And what a man, Dalton Byrne, what a man. Here we go. Good setup that time. Bologna gets it. Broken play, able to return. That's a success right now if you're the Red Lions. Here we go. Good hit up that time by Hazard. Up in the air. Spike denied. Hornets have the volleyball. Up that time, Horton to Hazard. She kills it, and when I say kills it, I mean she kills it right into the net. Make it 4-2 now. And right now, you got to sense Harris-Stowe with some momentum. And any team with the momentum and that believes is dangerous. And right as I say that, the good old announcers jinx as Dejanay Floyd sends that sailing into the net. As Claggett will check back in. Go Hazard. Sends up that time to Worthy. Worthy over to Walter. And she sends that over. Claggett with the slam. And that time, Jordan Price not able to get a good hold of it as that sails backwards out of bounds. 5-3 in favor of Harris-Stowe. Still a tight ball game here in the second set. Wooten set to serve for the Hornets. She sails that over. Price has it to Olden. Claggett gonna try, and she finds the floor. Make it now 5-4 in favor of your Red Lions. Here we go. Bologna with the serve. It's up. In the air, is able to be returned that time by the Hornets. A little bit of a broken play that time, but still able to get it up as Smith, and she hits If you can't see the cane-to-cane striped pole on the end of the nets, not allowed to hit that, not allowed to go around it, and she did exactly that on that one. So the point's going to go to the Hornets, make it 6-4 in favor of Harris-Stowe State. Out of bounds, too much on that one. And LCU makes it a 1-point game once again. As Franny Knoll going to check in for the Red Lions, as well as Derica McClatchery for the Hornets. Franny Knoll on the serve. It will return to Worthy. Worthy goes up, that time hit by Toombs. Toombs to Claggett. Claggett to Olden, and she sends it down with authority to tie the game at 6. And I'm alongside my cameraman right now, Ian Pence. Ian, what'd you think of that one?
That was pretty awesome, I got to say, man.
Absolutely great insights by the color man and the cameraman, Mr. Ian Pence. And the Hornets now have the possession of the ball, and that sails out of bounds. And the Red Lions now with their first lead of the set. Here we go, Knoll gets it up. That able to be returned. But not like that, as Jada Brooks sends that one in the net, the sophomore from Fairview Heights, Illinois. Make it 8-6 now. Here we go, Knoll on the serve. Pops it up. And that's not how you do it, as right that time Wooten unable to get a hand on it, and timeout is called by Harris-Stowe State, which means we're going to take a brief timeout ourselves. You're watching LCU Volleyball here on the Red Lion Network. And welcome back. We got another tweet coming at you from Caleb McCauley. He tweets out a picture of a screen and says, getting to watch my brother coach his first college volleyball game up 1-0 after the first set. Hashtag go Red Lions. Let's go, Coach McCauley. Caleb, thank you for joining the stream. Once again, hashtag go Red Lions. We're going to do that for every streamed event, whether it's volleyball, basketball, and maybe potentially baseball and soccer in the spring. Once again, that's hashtag Go Red Lions. Knoll with the serve. Red Lions up 9-6. And that is going to, believe, missed it by just a hair on that one. And it's 9-7. Libera for the Hornets. Junior Worthy on the serve. She sends it up. Price able to return it to Claggett. Price going to have the spike attempt. And that's gone up on the net in favor of the Hornets, and they get a chance to return. Price over to Olden. That is sent over. And an excellent swing through that time by Jada Brooks, but just out of bounds. 10-7 in favor of the Lions, as Sam Hazard on cue of the rotation will check back in. Karis Horton now set to serve for LCU as that goes over. Return that time by Worthy. Worthy pops it up. And just too much juice on that one by Dejanay Floyd as she sends that one to the ground with authority to make it a 10-8 ball game. Some on the way, Valerie Walker, the starter. The 5'1 junior from Houston, Texas, checking in, and she's going to have your serve. Sends it over. Olden sets it up. It's right to Price, and Price not able to get a good hold on that one. Sends it into the net. Make it 10-9 in favor of the Red Lions. Walker now on the serve. It's up, it's over, it's good. Olden on the set. Give it to Hazard. Hazard! And that's too much juice on that one. Give the point to LCU. Here we go. We now have a sub. Tracy Bologna going to check back into the game. Bologna, the freshman, giving up some good minutes right now. I guess possessions. Not time to vent here in volleyball. Here we go. And that's going to find the ground. Good assist that time. As number 10, Darlene Fenderson, swooped in there and got the point. Here we go. Dasani Hunt now set to serve away for the Hornets. And that's, you can't do that, Ian. Can't send that one into the net. That's going to be a point for your Red Lions. As Alicia Smith checks back in, 12-10 ball game. And that's (13-10) favor of LCU. On the serve right now is number 6, Phoebe Olden. Olden hits into the back row. Set it by Wooten. Good spike attempt, but able to be returned, and that goes out of bounds. Hornets scored, make it 13-11. A little bit of a tighter ball game as Harris-Stowe had a little bit of a time adjusting, but able to get a hold of this one right now. And for those of you fans joining us from Harris-Stowe, watching your team, thank you for joining us here on the Red Lion Network for your coverage of the volleyball game tonight. Hazard, good swing through, and that goes out of bounds. And we have our spike reaction. Ian, what'd you think of that one?
I'll tell you what, son. This is some of the best volleyball I've ever seen.
Some of the best volleyball he's ever seen. Great to hear from the color cameraman himself, Ian Pence. And that is out of bounds. Red Lions will score that time. Make it 15-12 right now as Coach McCauley is going to call a quick timeout. We're going to take a timeout ourselves. 15-12 in favor of LCU. We'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome back after the timeout. Your Lincoln Christian University Red Lions lead the Harris-Stowe State University Hornets by a score of 15-12. Here in the second set, if you're just joining us, LCU took the first set to make it a 1-0 match. Is Harris-Stowe setting up a big fight with this one as Olden up to Price. Price trying to find the bottom of that one. Good spike that time, and a failed attempt to get that over the net by the freshman Smith. Ends up with a score by the Hornets. As here we go now, Mallory Wooten set to serve. She pops that one up, able to be returned. Olden kicks it up that time. Price or Cleggett had a bit of a fight going after, but it goes overwards. The Hornets now, maybe a double hit, got away with it that time. Price gets it back over. Wooten sets up that time to Toombs, and Toombs sends it over, not able to be received. 15-14, 1-point ball game here in the Laughlin Center. Here we go, Mallory Wooten now set to serve once again for the Hornets as she sends that one up. As Bologna, and just too much smoke on that one as Toombs able to smack that down to tie the game at 15. Wooten now on the serve. Bologna digs it, kicks over to Smith, and just not enough with that one as it goes back under. Here we go, Wooten once again as the Hornets have just taken the lead 16-15. Goes it back over. Price to Smith. That time to Olden. Olden slams it down. We got our spike reaction. Ian, what's your spike reaction with that one?
Beautiful, man. Simply beautiful.
Absolutely couldn't have said it better myself. Ties the game at 16 apiece here in set number 2. Once again, if you'd like to interact with us, go ahead and give us a shout-out. Hashtag #GoRedLions. Tweet us your setup. Once again, hashtag #GoRedLions on Twitter. And that's got a bit of a foot fault, I believe. Give the point that time to the Hornets as they take another 1-point lead, 17-16. Checking into the game for the Red Lions, Michaela Fultz. Fultz, the 5'3" freshman from Mattoon, Illinois. As Wooten going to send that over. Good spike attempt, but better block attempt. But that sails out of bounds. 18-16 right now in favor of Harris-Stowe. Ariel Stroud to serve to Price. To Cleggett. That time as Price tried to slam that down, but blocked and out of bounds. 19-16. Harris-Stowe with all the momentum here in set number 2 as they are just 6 points away from that ideal score of 25 that you need to get to. As that serve up, Cleggett to dig. Good serve that time by Alden. And that inbounds, 20-16. And Coach McCauley has seen enough timeout that time for LCU. We're going to take another break ourselves. We'll be back here in just a second here on the Red Lion Network. Hey, they just tweeted, we got a little bit of watch. And I do believe coming out of a timeout, we got a tweet from Evan Noggle. We got a watch party going out in front of the Laughlin Center. They get Seth Webster. Thank you to Seth for setting up the projector. And if you're on campus right now, get your butt over to the Laughlin Center. They're going to have a projector right out front. Come out and support your Red Lions. As we're here in set number 2, 20-16 in favor of the Harris-Stowe State University Hornets. Here we go, but that serve way out of bounds. Give the point that time to LCU, and you got to imagine that is just the break that they have been needing. As Harris-Stowe had all the momentum, they scored 6 unanswered points on that run. Here we go, Franny Null now. Has it, gets it over. Here we go, Worthy. As a back and forth, that goes out of bounds right at line judge Bryce Poller. has to retreat with that one, and it goes out of bounds, 20-18. Timeout taken now by Harris-Stowe. We'll be back here in just a second. All right, welcome back once again. If you're on LCU's campus and a student, please head down to the Laughlin Center right up front, the entrance, as Seth Webster set up a projector. And we're watching live. If you can't be right here in Gaston Arena, at least you can be somewhat close. Get a little bit of the Toronto Raptors field just outside of their arena. They have Jurassic Park. We're trying to do the same here at LCU. Please stay socially distanced and respect all the guidelines we have here on campus, as that's going to hit the ground. 21-19 now in favor of the Hornets. Here we go now. Worthy with the setup to Olden. Good return that time, and that goes in the ground and in. Our spike reaction, what you got for us now? Spread some wisdom, my man.
Amazing. Almost as good as Wisconsin basketball, I must say.
That's a little bit, I think you did say basketball. I'm not sure, we're not supposed to have hot takes on this. We're not going for pure reactions. And I'm sure he meant to say Wisconsin football, as Ian Pence is an avid Wisconsin Badgers fan. And give that point that time to LCU. Make it tied at 21 apiece. Reminder, you have to win by 2. The preferred score is 25 points, must win by 2. Here we go. Karis Horton now sends it over. Able to be returned by the Hornets. Good slam that time, and it goes into the net. Jada Brooks, and we got a spike fail right there. 22-21 now in favor of your Red Lions. We're playing best 3 out of 5. LCU up 1-0. Trying to make it 2-0 and put Harris-Stowe's back against the wall for good. Here we go. That goes barely over. Good return that time by Olden, and that goes into the ground. 23-21. LCU now just 2 points away from winning set number 2. Here we go. Horton now. Ball goes up. Return that time by the Hornets. Good swing through, and that goes out of bounds by Jada Brooks. 24 is now set point here in set number 2. Horton, the workhorse back here for the Red Lions, has had some really good serves tonight as that set up. Worthy over, tries Brooks again. Brooks, the baby spike, and that hits the ground. And Jada Brooks has had a lot of spike attempts here tonight, a lot of kills attempts, but has not been able to really connect with her swing. And that time, a little trickery. Everyone thought she's going to swing through, ends up kind of just lobbing it over the defense to hit the ground. 24-22. Null to Ogden to Price. Price goes underneath and gives set number 2 to the Red Lions. 25-22. They take a 2-0 lead, and we're going to take a short break. And we'll be back here for set number 3 of tonight's match. You're watching LCU Volleyball here at the Red Lion Network. Welcome back here for set number 3 here at the Laughlin Center on a beautiful fall night. We got our first tweet from Harris-Stowe as Emma tweets, what a great block that time, and it was a great block from Kanaya Toombs. Once again, if you like to interact, whether you are rooting for the Hornets or the Red Lions, give us a shout out, #GoRedLions on Twitter. And we'll give you a good read on that. If you're just joining us right now, LCU taking the first 2 sets. You got to win 3 out of 5, so you got to imagine right now Harris-Stowe's back is squarely against the wall as they see themselves down 2-0. But they had a lot of momentum that one. They had a lot of momentum, came out of the gates firing on all cylinders in set number 2, but LCU resilient and clawed their way back into that one, and they took it with that one. Here we go now. Your Red Lions will have the first serve set back to half service is the transfer junior, Jordan Price. As Price has it. Good serve that time. Red Lions want to set up on offense, and excellent block by Kiana Stevens, the freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, on that one. And the Hornets strike first here in set number 3. I'd like to take a second to remind everybody we'll be back here on the Red Lion Network for Monday as your Red Lions have yet another volleyball game. More details to come here very soon. Back here on the Red Lion Network Monday, September 28th. As right now, Alicia Smith checks into the game for the first time here in set number 3. Here we go. Vacher, good swing through, but good return that time by Price to Olden to Hazard. She sends it over to the net. Good set that time by the Hornets. We're playing some actually good volleyball as Horton hits it right to Worthy. Worthy, good setup that time as Fenderson hits it to Olden. Over to Hazard. Hazard hits it up. And just a failed return that time. Did not receive it well is Phoebe Olden. As the Hornets now up 2-1. If you haven't noticed right now, you see everyone in the LC side playing with a black mask on tonight, while Harris-Stowe is not. You'll see a lot of teams will mix and match what they elect to do. Harris-Stowe, however, is each player that comes off the court gets a special squirt of hand sanitizer. LCU not doing that. So I guess I stand corrected from earlier. I said it was an NAIA rule, but I guess not. So shame on me for speaking out of turn with that one. Your cameraman Ian shaking his head at me. So a lot of teams just trying to cope and deal with how to navigate this wild pandemic. But I think we're all just grateful to have live sports back as LCU scores right there to tie the game at 3. Reminder, got to get to 25 is the magical number scored. We're trying to get to, got to win by 2. LCU wins 2-0. If they get one more, they are victorious and win the match. As Walker lobs it up. That time Toombs tries to return it, or excuse me, Worthy, but that not able to go past the net. And LCU takes a 1-point lead at 4-3. Here we go. Hazard now. Kicks it over. Good hit that time. Here we go. Bologna gets it, and that just falls right to the ground. Good effort that time from the freshman to make it a 2-point game, 5-3 now in favor of LCU. Sam Hazard. That time, kicks it over. As that lands squarely out of bounds, very close though. Give it to the Hornets, and they're going to have the good old double switcheroo. First that time as Brooks going to check in, Jada Brooks, as well as number 11, Mallory Wooten. So we got Jada Brooks and Mallory Wooten. Set back right now, Mallory Wooten, the freshman from East St. Louis, Illinois. Set to serve, has had a couple of good serves tonight. And that one, a beauty, as also goes over the net. Price, the good hit in the back, sends it to the backside of the Hornets offense. Here we go. Price the hit. Hit up that time by Brooks. Brooks over. Price to Olden. That time to Smith. And good set up that time by Alicia Smith as to give the Red Lions a 2-point lead. And it looks like that time as Janoria Worthy a little shaken up after that slide, but she's able to get off the ground and able to return back to volleyball action. Always a great sign to see. Because while the girls wear knee pads here in the sport, you got to imagine that floor, that wood floor still hurts. So good to see her get up and continue playing. It's good block that time, but it's still able to be sent back as Olden to Price. Good setup that time. Brooks, though, returns to Bologna. Olden, Smith kicks it over to Worthy. Hornets now moving the ball. As Colgate sends it over. Bologna in the back row hit. Good volley right now taking place here in the Laughlin Center. As Horton kicked down by Price, and that goes out of bounds. Give it to LCU. And Coach Joey McCauley, one of the keys before the game, when I asked him, he said, we have to win long volleys. We have to win long spurts without rest, and they have done that tonight. With that being a crown jewel example. Smith to Horton. Good return that time by a broken play for the Red Lions. As Olden to Smith. That's able to be returned. Give the point to LCU, though. We got a double hit. Timeout going to be taken by Harris-Stowe. LCU leads at 8-4. We'll be back here in just a second here on the Red Line Network. All right, welcome back. We got just a couple seconds left. Your LCU Red Lions leads 8-4. Got a couple of good shout-outs here, Ian. First by Scott Price. He says, play-by-play with the flame emoji. Nice job. Thank you, Mr. Scott Price. Appreciate all the love we get here on the stream. As well as we got J. Drew Washam as a closed-in image on backline judge Bryce Pollard. It says, gotta love the line judge. Hashtag Go Red Lions. So Bryce Pollard getting a little bit of love. Has done an excellent job here. As well as he's known as Boogie here on campus. Your other line judge, they've done a phenomenal job. Both students here at LCU, but our student workers here. So excellent job by them. Make it 10-4 now for the Red Lions. And right now, if you're Harris-Stowe, you can't give another inch right now, because right now LCU with all the momentum and just needing 15 more points to end the match. As we go, Bologna has it. Good setup that time by Toombs. Good setup on a broken play, but that's going to hit the ground on LCU soil and be a Hornet point. As here we go now, checking back into the game, Michaela Fultz for Tracy Bologna for your LCU Red Lions. Here we go. Smith now hits it over, and that finds the bottom of the ground. And LCU takes a commanding 11-5 lead. As here we go. Franny Knoll has it, kicks it over, able to be returned by Worthy. Good setup. Oh, good. Able to hit by the foot. Don't see that often, but hey, it's impressive when it does happen. Good props to her, as that's not going to be able to return, and Hornets will get the points. For those watching at home, that is a legal move to hit with your feet. As here we go. Worthy on the serve. Red Lions able to return, and that goes right to the ground. Excellent serve that time, excellent spike that time. Ian gives us a nod of approval. Special thank you to our cameraman, Ian Pence, has done a phenomenal job. And we've had a long day here at Lincoln Christian University. Had a couple soccer games beforehand, so really great to see Ian come out and give a helping hand with the stream, as LCU now leads 13-6. Here we go, Karis Horton, and she sends that one right into the net, not able to get over and have a returnable serve. 13-7 now. LCU was still with a 6-point lead here in set number 3. Mallory Wooten now set to serve. And that able to be returned. Olden up. Knoll has it. Good, excellent dig that time. Going to be received and returned. LCU got a broken play, but able to get it over. That's going to be out of bounds too much with that one. However, great effort that time by everyone wearing a red jersey here in this one. Wooten to Knoll. Good spike that time by Price, as she has picked her spots very well tonight. Here she go. Price going to try it again. Able to return that time by Toombs. Excellent effort right now by both teams, as Price again sends it down, able to return by Worthy. We're going to try it one more time, this time with Hazard. And that goes to the back row. A little trickery. And right now, Janoria Worthy putting in a lot of work right now for Harris-Stowe, and that goes into the net. Give the point to the Hornets. Jordan Price with a couple of excellent spike attempts. However, Janoria Worthy working her tail off out there for the Hornets. 13-9 now, 4-point lead. Fultz over now. Price again. That one's going to hit the bottom. Excellent, excellent kill that time by Jordan Price. As here we go, Tracy Bologna going to check back in for the Red Lions. As here we go, the Hornets now with the ball. Good block attempt that time, but it's going to end up just a little short of making it back over. 14-10 now in favor of LCU. As an excellent rotation player for the Hornets checks back in, number 14, Dasani Hunt. Hunt set to serve. That is able to be returnable. As here we go now, Bologna gets it over. Set up that time by Walker. Good swing through and a kill for McClatchery. As Derica McClatchery, kind of a quiet night, but sometimes that's not a bad thing. The 5'5" freshman from East St. Louis, Illinois, with her first kill of the evening. As we go, Knoll, back row hit. Gets over to Wooten, to Hunt, and that is returned by the Red Lions. Hazard, that goes out of bounds after the block attempt. Make it now 16-11, and LCU getting ever so close to that magical 25 number. As Phoebe Olden now, the freshman from Groveland, Illinois, set to serve. And a beauty on that one as Wooten now sets it up. And believe we have a call. Double hit that time called by the Hornets. And now I stand corrected. Now make it 16-11 in favor of LCU. Olden, that time, excellent ace that time, 17-11. As we're going to take a second, remove some sweat from the court. Be an excellent time to tell you what's coming up next for the LCU Red Lions. If you'd like to join us Saturday out, we're going to have a men's soccer game that'll be against Great Lakes Christian College starting at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Sunday, a rare Sunday event, a women's soccer game, Oakland City University. And then Monday night, as I mentioned before, at 7 o'clock, the same time as this one, you can catch your LCU Red Lions taking on the St. Mary's College of the Woods. That'll be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That game will be streamed here on the Red Lion Network. 17-12 now in favor of LCU. As Fenderson now set to serve it away for Harris-Stowe, and she promptly sends that way out of bounds. 18-12. LCU now just 7 points away from taking this match. Here we go. Hazard that time, not enough arm, sends that one into the net. Make it now 18-13. Here we go now. Mallory Wooten, the freshman from East St. Louis, on the serve. And that's going to be returned as Olden to Cleggett, and Cleggett unable, not really able. She kind of had a deep angle that time with the pillar on the far side. Not able to really get a good angle to return that. 18-14 now. And right now, if you're LCU, got to stay mentally tough and finish this game off because Harris-Stowe can get hot in a hurry. That's good attempt that time. Good spin off time. Make it now 18-15. Both these teams, first game of the year, both of them trying to start the season off in a perfect 1-0. But as we all know in sports, only one team can walk away with that honor. So here we go. Mallory Wooten now to serve. Here we go. Olden has it. Bologna not able to get to it. A little bit of miscommunication that time by the Red Lions. And Coach McCauley has seen enough. He's going to call a quick timeout. 18-16 now in favor of LCU. We'll be back here in just a moment here on the Red Lion Network. And welcome back. Just had to get a drink of water. Evan Noggle tweets the hashtag #GoRedLions. It said, Jared, what exactly is a double switcheroo, Ian? And to answer your question, Evan, it is just a term that I made up on the spot to describe a team making a double switch when they sub out 2 people. Just a little bit of announcer slang, so there's your answer. Hope that is sufficient enough for you, Evan. Appreciate the interaction. Appreciate all the interaction we've had tonight here on the Red Lion Network. As always, whenever we have a stream, whether it's for women's volleyball in the fall or basketball in the winter or women's volleyball in the spring, potentially baseball. Appreciate all the interaction. You can find us on hashtag #GoRedLions. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at LCU Red Lions. Here we go now. 18-16 in favor of LCU. Good return that time by Olden as we got ourselves a good little volley going right now as Hunt that time. Bologna sends it over. As good attempt right there, and the trickery gets the best of LCU as now Harris-Stowe has pulled this thing to within 1, 18-17. Mallory Wooten now set to serve, and she has been on a tear as they have scored at 6 unanswered points. Price now Good kill attempt able to be returned as that's going to fall. Inbounds tie ball game. 18 apiece right now. As Harris-Stowe now with a little momentum, kick-started by the 5-foot freshman who you see serving the ball right now, Mallory Wooten. As Wooten now sends it over, able to return that time belonging to Olden as Price hits it over. And that time, as Harris-Stowe has just taken their first lead of the set, 19-18. As mentioned earlier, LCU got to stay mentally tough in these situations, as they are still just 7 points away from putting Harris-Stowe away for the evening. And that's going to sail way out of bounds. Tie the game at 19 apiece. Good run that time by Mallory Wooten as Harris-Stowe scored 8 and answered under her command. As here we go now, Tracy Bologna going to be in service now for LCU. She sends that over. It'll be returned. Bologna now over to Olden. Colgate going to try it, and that's going to sail out of bounds. 20-19 now in favor of the Hornets. As we go, Michaela Foltz going to check in. And Evan, they're pulling the old double switcheroo on this one, sending in 2 people for Harris-Stowe. 20-19 in favor of the Hornets. As here we go now. Foltz kicks it over to Price. Price gets it down. A little bit of a trickery. Thought she was going to go for the hard spike and send, just slops over for the defense to tie the game at 20. And that leaves freshman from Hebron, Indiana, Franny Null now with the ball in her possession as she sends it over. And the Hornets going to be able to return that. Good misdirection that time. Got to trick everyone every once in a while in volleyball. As Colgate now up to Price. She lofts it up. Able to return that time by Worthy. Good volley that time, and I believe that's going to be a double hit. It is 21-20 now in favor of LCU. Here we go. Null now. It's over to Wooten. Wooten, and that's going to be just over. Had just enough mustard on that one to complete the sub, and it ties the game at 21 apiece. Here we go. Worthy now set to serve to Null. Over to Colgate. Olden now going to have a chance, and met at the net that time. Access denied move that time by Jada Brooks. It is now 22-21. Worthy definitely been one of the best players wearing the yellow and white tonight, as she has now had 2 in a row that have not been returned, but this one is a little different than that one. Olden now has it, gives it over to the net. As good dive attempt that time. A little miscommunication as 2 people hit the floor. 23-21 now. And I believe Coach McCauley is going to call timeout, and he is. Timeout on the floor for your Red Lions, 23-21 in favor of Harris-Stowe. Back here in just a moment here on the Red Lion Network. And a little change of event. I believe we got some Q&A from Tyler Basso. Question from the student: how's Greek going? To answer, awful. Frank, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but Greek is just hard. What's your favorite class here? Right now, as Harris-Stowe hits it up, there's now set point for them, 24-21. Favorite class, that's a tough one. Not sure if I could really answer that. I'll have to answer that here in a second. What's your favorite part about LCU? And one thing I love about LCU is how welcoming they are. I transferred in mid-semester last year, and they have just had me, or they just had, I can't talk. They just accepted me with open arms ever since I've been on campus, so I love being a Red Line and love the job that I get to serve with you guys. So that's going to go out of bounds. Harris-Stowe takes set number 3, 25-21. It is now 2-1. They respond by a late set surge. And we're going to take a 3-minute break. Be back in just a moment here on the Red Line Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here for set number 4 here at the Laughlin Center aboard beautiful Lincoln Christian University, Lincoln, Illinois. As LCU won the first 2 sets, first one by big margin, second one razor thin margin, and the third goes to Harris-Stowe State University with a commanding lead. At one point, they had scored 7 in a row. And LCU just had no answer, started off strong and ended a little weaker. Got to imagine that Coach McCauley had a special point of emphasis on that in the huddle between, but it now 2-1. Remember, got to win 3 out of 5 to win the match. As Harris-Stowe will get the first possession as they send it over. Able to return to Null. Null to Olden. Sent over that time by Hazard. Good return that time for the Red Lions, and we're setting off already with a pressive volley. Hazard tries to kill it, and does, and the Red Lions strike first here in set number 4. And that's going to trigger a sub right away as Tracy Bologna going to check back in for the first time here in set number 4. All right, Jordan Price now sends it up. Good dig that time. That ball was heading straight for the dirt. So here we go. Bologna hits it over, and that's going to be too many hits. Can't really do that. Yep. Contrary to popular belief, only 3 hits allowed to get the ball over the net here in NAIA volleyball. As we go to Harris-Stowe now, we'll have it as Hunt with the ball. She'll send it over to Price. Oldenhow has it backcourt to Null. Null able to send it over, and once again, you see Worthy on the floor, and she's been a workhorse so far for the Hornets. But the point goes to the Red Lions. They lead now 2-1. Back to serve Phoebe Olden. Here we go, Olden, the ball in the air to Worthy. Worthy pops it up, goes to Hunt. Good dig that time by Oldham to Horton. As Smith just going to push that one over. Access denied. Great defensive play that time of the Red Lions. Ends up in a point. Make it now 3-1 in favor of LCU. And Tyler Basso, to answer your question, I thought about it. As much as I'm struggling in Greek, I definitely probably have the most fun in that class. So I'm going to say Greek. However, it is probably my least successful class that I had here at Lincoln Christian University. But I do have a couple classes with our professor, Ronald Ramsey. Very good professor there as well. 4-1 now in favor of the Red Lions. Phoebe Olden, third serve in a row. She's going to have that one in the air and just over a little bit of a rainbow shot to get it and sent back that time by Bologna. Make it 5-1 in favor of LCU. And Ian, you got to go over the net, can't go under, so that's going to make it 6-1 in favor of LCU. Timeout, Harris-Stowe. We're going to take a quick break ourselves. We'll be back here in just a second here on the Red Lion Network. Coming back out of the timeout here at the Laughlin Center, LCU leads 6-1. Got an early lead. Henry Stupp. Thank you, Henry, for interacting. Tweets, creamy or crunchy peanut butter? And without a doubt, you have to go creamy on that one. Don't really mess with natural. Don't mess with crunchy. Creamy Jif is where it's at. And here we go, right on command. Ball sails out of bounds. 6-2 now in favor of LCU. But we have a little bit of a side out. Ball's now going to be in the possession of the Hornets. The serve is up and over. Price with the dig. Gives it over. Slammed down by Hazard, but access denied. Great defensive play that time by Kayane Toombs. Kayane Toombs already got a little bit of a love earlier by a tweet. Gets another block there. Here you go. Dejanay Floyd with the serve. Good set that time as excellent play by Tracy Bologna to send that one to the ground. 7-3. In favor of your Red Lions now. Here we go. Sam Hazard, the senior, sends it over. The lone senior we have on the team. Oh, excellent hustle play that time by Toombs, but can't get to it in time as that hits the deck. Make it 8-3. Believe we're going to have pause. We have a little bit of a sweat spot on the floor. as we got a little bit more of an interaction. First from Frank Switzer, excited to watch LCU Red Line Volleyball, and Coach McCauley from Coach McCauley's Phoenix mom and dad. Also, and the only reason I saw this because Darby McCauley tweets hashtag Go Red Lions. Thank you everyone for once again for tuning in. As here we go, coming out of the brief timeout, as that ball is going to sail out of bounds, make it 9-3 now in favor of LCU. Sam Hazard mentioned the lone senior on this team, one of two returners. It's just her and Karis Horton. So a very young team for Coach McCauley as that sails out of bounds, make it 10-3. But they have shown a lot of good signs tonight. They've definitely played some solid defense, and it's evident by winning 2-1. So in the set so far, and they've capitalized on a lot of good offense possessions as well. As that's going to be a hit in the net, make it 11-3 in favor of LCU. A couple of the Harris-Stowe players not happy about the call, as they're trying to rally the troops now amongst the team. Here we go, Sam Hazard now. Ball over. Good, excellent hit that time. Going to be able to return. Hazard to Price. To Colgate. She has to put it over and does that time. As good hit that time by Toombs is going to be returned to Colgate. And Bologna has it. Good. And that out of bounds. Given to LCU. A little bit of a broken play, but nearly hit that sideline to break the streak. However, it is 12-3 in favor of LCU. Hazard. So over to Walker. Walker, the good run in that time by Hunt. As Price sends it over the net. Able to be dug up. Olden to Colgate. Kicks it over to Worthy. Excellent volley we have going on right now. Olden. Back row to Price. And double hit that time, and that ends the streak. For LCU, it is now 12-4 in favor of the Red Lions. And once again, pulling the double substitution on that one. As routine, Jada Brooks and Mallory Wooten check in. Wooten set to serve, and she has been a force from behind the line tonight. Colgate just barely lofts it over. As right away Brooks tries to slam it down, and that is going to be in favor of LCU, as that did not hit in bounds. And we got a lost shoe on the ground after that one. All right, do believe we got a thumbs up. We're good to go. 13-4 in favor of Lincoln Christian. As here we go now, Tracy Bologna has it. She's been very impressive in her first collegiate game. And that just sails off the fingertips. Not the direction you want to go. You want to go back over the net, not away from the net. And Jada Brooks did not do that, so it's now 14-4. And LCU in set number 4 has put their foot on the gas pedal and not let off so far, as they have a commanding lead. See if they can finish out. But it was around this time in the last game, as that another mental mistake by Bologna. Around this time last game, where Harris-Stowe had a little bit of a run, had some momentum, so we'll see how that goes. Far for that mental mistake, though, Bologna have been very impressive tonight, as well as several, if not all, of the Red Lions, as Price just barely gets it over, and that's going to be a point off a double hit for the Red Lions. They now lead at 15-5. As Franny Knoll will check in. Franny Knoll, good, excellent serve that time, as that was a laser beam going over the net. Good swing. Set by Olden. Kicks it over. And that not able to get above the net by Stevens. make it 16-5. And Coach Stewart has seen enough. She calls a timeout. 16-5 is the margin right here in the Laughlin Center. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Red Line Volleyball here on the Red Line Network. Welcome back as LCU has a commanding 16-5 lead. And got a comment that said, that sounded like a certain Joe Buck. I hope that's a compliment. I know Joe Buck sometimes cannot be very well liked, so I hope that's a compliment as that sails way out of bounds. Point given to Harris-Stowe. However, it is a compliment. Thank you. Appreciate all the love and support that we get here on the stream. A total team effort as we have many people that are behind the scenes making this all possible to reunite us in the name of sports, and we're all just happy that live sports are back. As here we go, and that's going to be too strong of a swing that time by Floyd. That goes out of bounds, 17-6. And Karis Horton now, the libero, the junior from transferred here from Brescia University. Brescia University over in Owensboro, Kentucky. From Albion, Illinois. Here you go, Valerie Walker now with the serve. Given over an excellent spike that time with a failed block attempt by Jordan Price. Give it to the Red Lions, make it 18-7. Here we go, Price now on the serve. Laser beam at that one as Bologna tries to get it, and another failed attempt to get it over the net, that time by the Hornets, 19-7. Harris-Stowe, uncharacteristically, not showing a lot of fight right now. Wonder if it's a bullet serve right there by Price, and that finds the back corner, 20-7. LCU now 5 points away from putting this thing to bed. Here we go. Price now has it. So go, good hit over that time by Walker. That goes right into that, 21-7. Jordan Price, junior from Fulton, Illinois, transfer here from Webster University. Great addition to this team. And announcer's jinx, I guess, is still very prevalent as that one unable to get over the net. 21-8 now. As usual, the double sub coming in is Ariel Shroud and number 14, Dasani Hunt, who you see serve now with the ball. Hunt to Horton. That's going to be sent over by Null and doesn't get over the net. 21-9 now. And if you're LC right now, got to keep the foot on the pedal. As we have seen before, Harris-Stowe finds little ways, finds some momentum, finds some second wins. So if you're LCU, got to end this one right here. Good spike at 10 as that sails out of bounds. Excellent offensive play by Sam Hazard to make it a 22-9 lead. Lincoln Christian now, don't look now, 3 points away from a set 3 victory and a match win. Olden now serve, kicks it right to Worthy. Excellent hit as great attempt by Hunt, but that sails out of bounds, 23-9. Here we know. Olden gets the serve over. Walker, good swing through that time, and that's going to be a point for Harris-Stowe. (23-10) now. As a serve up on its way. It's going to be able to be dug out. It's a good attempt as Bologna sends that out. 24-10. Make it Ian match point here for LCU. And it's only fitting the senior Sam Hazard has the ball on what could be the last serve of the match. Hazard, ball up in the air. Hit up to Worthy. Worthy pops that one up. The send back attempt is good on that one. Olden back to Price. Price gives it to Harris-Stowe. 24-11 now. And give it to the Red Lions on that one, 25-11. Match point. This one belongs to LCU. They win 3-1. Harris-Stowe, valiant effort, but they're going to start the season off with a loss 0-1. LCU now with a 1-0 advantage. And we're going to pause real quick for team prayer, and then we're going to wrap things up here on the Red Line Network. All right. Here with me to wrap up tonight's stream is head coach and of the Red Lions. And Joey, just go ahead and take us through that. You're now 1-0 as a head coach, and how does it feel?
It's great. It's just fun, honestly, to be playing this game again with these girls. They're a great group. A lot of new girls on the team. We have only 2 returners, and so it's fun just to see it all. All of our work from the past 6 weeks just put into practice in this game now. Really proud of their effort. They came back from a really hard set in set 2. And Harris-Stowe is just, they're a tough competition. They play scrappy, they play athletic, and they don't give up. And that's what we coach our girls to, is just to not give up, and they didn't. And so they really showed their strength in that 4 set, winning 25-11. And I'm just excited for what we're going to do this year.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, Harris-Stowe, they were scrappy. They did not show their underside at all. They did not roll over at all. They fought to the very end, a very hard-fought victory. What's coming up next for the Lady Red Lions volleyball team?
Yeah, I believe we have St. Mary of the Woods this coming Monday. Another solid team. So we'll get one quick practice in. We'll scout a little bit for them, but they have some good attack. They really picked up their intensity from game 2, from game 1. I watched them a little bit, and they look good. It's going to be a tough team, and so we're going to come out hopefully ready and give another really good shot at that team.
Absolutely. Mentioned you start the season now 1-0, and the rest of the NAI, what do you think the message has been sent about what this team is?
They're a good team. I think the other teams have seen what we're capable of, especially in this 4-set with 25-11. They see the versatile attacks we have and just the intense back row play we have, and so I think they know that we're capable of a lot. Granted, this is the first time these girls have played together, and they put on a show tonight. They did great, and so I'm excited to really tune some things up and then really see how far we can go.
Absolutely. Any last comments you have for the fans at home?
Yeah, thank you guys all for being so supportive. We love you all. We miss you here in the gym. The girls do a great job of keeping the energy up, but we'd obviously much rather have you here as well. And so thank you for your continued support, parents, families, friends, alum, all of you. We love you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win. Thank you for tuning in here on the Red Lion Network. I'm Jared Glassford. So long, folks.